Well, everyone, this is the first episode of the build series. Welcome back. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're here with the Yamaha and the Honda 200 ES. We're going to be towing this thing in, trying to get it in the garage there and see what we can do to start tearing this thing apart. Hopefully you all enjoy. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all in a couple seconds. All right, everyone, welcome back. Now that we got this three-wheeler in the garage and we actually sprayed it all with WD-40, every bolt, and then I've also gone over the secondary set of front forks, sprayed everything with WD-40. I've gone over and loosened all the bolts, and so now today we're going to be taking apart this extra set of front forks, and then later on we'll be taking apart this three-wheeler. Let's get straight into this, shall we? Also off camera, I was able to get all the extra little fork bottoms that we have. All these little fork bottoms that we have, there's 4 of them that have been taken apart so far. All of them that are taken apart are over on the workbench, cleaned up, and, well, ready to be cleaned up. Now, not sure here. No, these are the 13s. Now, when it comes to taking these apart, there's a few different sized bolts here. I'm assuming the previous owner has something to do with the different sized bolts. I highly doubt they come from the factory like that. But here we got some 12s along the edge. Quickly, just get these out of here. Now here, we have a 10 millimeter. We have a 10 millimeter for the fender. Oh, I didn't see that one there. This is another 12. This little piece of wood as a makeshift front fender is just held on by these little wire ties. We'll take that off in a little bit once we get the rack off. Kneeled right on a rock. That's nice. There you go. Here we go. Come on, seat properly. There you go. Perfect. Now, should be able to just take this out of there. There we go. So now we've got a front rack off a Honda 200 ES. We've got the 2 supports, and we've got a few bolts here. Not really sure which ones go where. Doesn't really matter. All the same. So where did that socket? There you go. Now let's get this 10mm bolt out of here. Well, I got the 11. That's not going to work. There we go. This bottom bolt for the light is a 10mm. Perfect. Ooh. Perfect, there you go. Oh. Is there a second washer? No, okay, so. Oh, there's a little pin through that one, okay. All right, let's see what we got here. So, a little pin, a little cotter pin here, holding this rack in place. There you go, pull that right on out of there. Now we got our front light rack. Got a broken washer on this side, seal, something. There we go, got another one here. We'll take the nicest rubber fittings, and we'll use whatever nicest ones we have on the nicer Honda. And then the not so nice ones, like this one, will be used on the not so nice Honda. Now, we've got, and actually we got a few more bolts here, I didn't realize. So, got these little 10mm here on the back. Need a wrench though, because the socket doesn't fit. Maybe it's oh, those ones are 7/16. So on the front fender attached to the 3-wheeler, we got 10mm bolts, but on this one, I'm pretty sure they're aftermarket because they're 7/16. Whoa. Quickly get these off of here as well. Now the plan with this 3-wheeler, we're gonna be going quite far with this. We want to try and I'm gonna be getting vinegar and baking soda, and the goal is to do the tanks and the inside of the forks and the inside of, basically I want to try and do it all. I really want to try and get the entire interior of the forks and the frame and the tank, the exhaust, right? If we look at the heat shielding I have set out here, and the piping, it's rusted, right? So my goal is to soak this in a vinegar bath, just like you would do with the interior of the gas tank. And then once it comes out, put it in the baking soda to stop the flash rust. And then we'll give it a quick coat of oil, thin coat of oil, and we'll be good to go. And then this heat shield will get a fresh coat of paint. I want to try and do that with each of the parts. I want to try and make sure that the interior of the metal parts are coated with a bit of oil after fact so that they don't rust over time. Where did I put that wrench? Aye. I have no idea where. Oh, over here. I brought the wrench over. Once we get that all done, I'd really... Oh, the bottom bolt is spinning at this point. Pretty sure. Yeah, it seems like an 11 for the bottom here. I'm assuming that's just because of how rusty it is. There you go. Perfect. So put an 11 millimeter around the bottom and we can use the wrench here. Now it might be easier to hold the wrench and then use the socket wrench to actually be able to go back and forth a bit easier, but with having it on the bottom side, it just falls off. It's not wanting to sit properly with all that. Oh, I went the wrong way. No! It's so much faster, but I went the wrong way. It just keeps falling off. If the socket wrench wasn't upside down, it would work much better. Just finger tight, get this undone. There you go. Perfect. So we got a few washers, a bolt, a nut. Another little 10 millimeter here on the inside of the fork. So there's two bolts holding each fender on, it seems like. There's the upper bolt and then this little side bolt. And this has a little washer, okay. A little washer that sits into the plastic, giving it a bit more strength. That's perfect to know. Come on. No, wrong way. Nope, we were going the right way. It's just really rusty. Come on. There you go. Perfect. Oh yeah, this one is stuck together. There you go, slowly, there you go, got it apart there. It literally rusted together. That's crazy. All this has got to be put through the vinegar and baking soda as well. All the bolts, all the engine components, everything is going to be cleaned before we put it back together. Oh, my hands are so freaking oily at this point. Oh, Lord. Alrighty, so we're gonna lay it down like this time, and let's get straight to it. Perfect. There we go. broken pieces of panel that can go in the garbage. Now the last thing here, we got this light. We got a few screws here. Take this little electrical component off of the light rack housing, the light cage housing. Right here. There's 2 bolts. Ooh. Now that we got that apart, we'll just set this aside here. And the electrical will be put over in the bin with the other electrical. Alrighty, now we've still got to figure out this next step, which I honestly have I have no clue how this next step is going to work. I'm not really sure how we take these off. The other ones just kind of fell off, so all right, everyone, so we've been able to make a bit of progress with these front forks here, trying to take them apart. Of course, we've got this bottom section off on this side, but the spring is still stuck inside, so I've sprayed a ton of WD-40 in it. It's literally all the way up to the top. And then this side is so corroded, the top portion, so basically there's a little groove here, and then there's more metal that gets thicker to the same thickness here, right? So it gets thinner and then thicker again, so that the seal has somewhere to hook onto, right? Well, at that groove, it's, as you see, it's broken, right? And so this side, it's still usable for the rest of it. It's just the seal location isn't good, but I have so many others, it doesn't really matter. This side is completely stuck on. I have taken, I don't know if you can see this, I've taken the bolt off the tops, and so I was able to spray WD-40 down around the threads to help soak in. As you see here, all the grease and mud over the years, right, that's filling this tube, and it's filling this one, and so that's why it's hard to get it out. Once the WD-40 does its thing, I'll continue working on it. We'll get this done here in no time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you've all enjoyed. This has been this first teardown episode. I know we haven't really jumped into this three-wheeler yet. We're still just getting in, right? So hopefully you all enjoy, and tomorrow we'll hop into this. Thank you all so much. Peace out, everyone.